Paul, Carlisle away. First of all, you had, I think it was 0 centre halves on last week. Have you got at least 1 or 2 this week? What's the score there injury-wise?
We don't know yet. Jordan Moore-Taylor, Luke Kroll will be having fitness tests ahead of the weekend with their respective bruised leg and concussion injuries. Troy Brown is fit, but he hasn't played any football, so he'll be looking at a place on the bench if anything. Ethan Ampadu has returned from Wales under-19 duty. He hasn't played 3 games in 8 days, so he'll either be very fit or very tired, one of the two. So it's still a bit of a pickle. We are at a loss really as to why this keeps happening. But we've got that centre, and Troy Archibald-Henville's not going to be around for a few weeks now. So yeah, it's Jordan Tilson's still a couple of weeks off. But Jordan Moore-Taylor and Luke Kroll, there's a possibility they might be back Saturday.
You may have read this week about the whole game solution that the FA and the English Football League have been discussing, kind of falling apart, and the idea of no longer having an extra 8 teams to add to the 92 and an extra division and going down to 20 teams in 4 leagues. What did you make of that? Because I guess from a commercial side of it, a football chairman would be against it because it's 4 fewer home games and 4 less chances to make money. Maybe from a coaching point of view, fewer games means you can give players more rest and concentrate more on the games that you have got. Did you have a view on that?
Well, I wouldn't like to say I'm for or against it because I'm not in the middle of the information. But looking at it from afar, I certainly see it from a club's point of view. And I suppose different clubs at different levels or different revenue streams will have a different opinion. But it reduces the games. Of that, there's no doubt. And we budget our season literally to the pound, and how many on predicted gates, and so it'd have a knock on. If it were this year, just gone, I would have welcomed it because we had we had 20 games, whatever it is, in the first 2 or 3 months of the season. The fatigue and injury level that it's caused in our players has been huge, and I would have welcomed a much milder August, September game-wise. But there's pros and cons for everything. I think generally the game has to continue to reinvent itself and adapt and push itself forward. You can't just be the same forever. So whether it's the Checker Trade Trophy format or whether it's this, I do believe that the game has to find new ways of making it more commercially viable and make it more of a spectator sport. I think back from the back pass rule a few decades ago to no tackles from behind, all these things have been a real boost for the way the game's played and the fluidity of the football that we get to see on a Saturday. So, I think we've got to look at these things all the time, and this might not be the one that takes a lead into a change, but we need to keep looking.
The BBC South West Statistics Department have been in overdrive this week, and they handed me these statistics and they wanted to. League 2 have had home wins 68 in all games, away wins 67. Compared to League 1, where it's 85 home wins versus 58 away, and the Championship was 85 home wins and 57 away wins. Exeter City have a great away record, as we know. What do you think it is about League 2, where it seems that the perceived wisdom of home teams winning more times than away teams seems to, certainly this season, have kind of gone out the window?
Yeah, the spectrum is gradually being stretched, really. We're obviously at the end of it, really, this year. I don't know. I haven't got the answer to that. I have not heard those stats. I do know that League 2's become a very, very even league, home and away, top to bottom. So I'm not surprised by it. The football's different in every league you play in. There's certainly more possession football in League 1 than League 2 that we've been used to, but I've got no answer to that, and I haven't got my own stats to back it up. I know where we sit on it, and I'd like to win a few more home games, but it's certainly a trend. I don't think it's just England. I think it's in a lot of countries as well.
Yeah.
Teams playing away from home are more capable.
Let's look to this weekend's game. You face a Carlisle side who, up until last week, had not lost at all this season, and then they go and lose last week. Is that a blessing is that a curse? Because on the one hand, you know, if they've been beaten, perhaps they're beatable again. On the other hand, perhaps their backs will be up and they will redouble their efforts when Exeter City visit on Saturday.
Yeah, well, I hope they don't redouble their efforts. Quite what that means. We won't know until after the game, will we? It's the sort of things we think about all day long. You know, it's not just the black and white facts of preparation before a game. It's the intangible feel as well that you've just spoken about. You know, how will Carlisle react to last week's game? And ultimately, we have a part to play in this. You know, whether they try even harder, more committed, but we play extremely well. I mean, there's two teams to play. There's a referee who make decisions. There's so many variables that go into it. Yeah, we could win it, and you could say, you know, it was a blessing, and we could lose it. It could be a curse. Who knows? Really, we have to back ourselves, which we quite rightly should do with our away record this year. 5 out of 8 wins. I certainly don't underestimate Carlisle. They haven't lost at home this year. They've got a really functional, well-drilled team, and we've got to be at our best. It's not going to be easy without the steady back four that we've had in the Barnet game and the Morecambe game. You know, there's changes to it, but still we have to play our football and we have to back ourselves. I don't see any reason why we shouldn't go into it, you know, optimistic that we can get a result.
Indeed, and is that the sort of result that could almost sort of kickstart the season in a sense, that, you know, a victory against a big side like that, maybe if confidence needs to be upped, gets the confidence upped and goes forward?
Well, we said that after the Barnet game. We said that after the Morecambe game. It's a catalyst to the next. And what we have had over the last month, and the anomaly would be the Cambridge home performance. We've had good performances in every game, purposeful, and maybe run out of steam in a couple of games. But we've certainly attacked every game, and there's been no hint of holding back and hanging on and trying to nick a win. We've gone out, we've attacked, and we'll keep doing the same. We get say the same, and I think in terms of our way form, if we lose on Saturday, it's not, you know, that's not the reason we're where we are in the league. No. It's the home form, but we've got no reason whatsoever to underestimate our potential on Saturday. We've got to go and play, and as we have done in other games away from home.